VR Verdict Podcast, episode 135, our weekly podcast where we talk about everything VR. I am PJ.
I'm Wookie.
Joining us today is Alberto from My Dearest, here to talk about Dyschronia. How's it going,
Hello,
sir?
everyone. Hello. Kind of late here. It's 10 p.m. here in Japan.
It's 7 a.m. here in Wisconsin.
Okay, it's worse there, in my opinion.
And
I
it's
can't
snowing
complain this
a
time.
lot.
It's snowing.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's nice. It's raining here, like a lot today.
So yeah, we're here to talk about
Mm.
Dyschronia. How do you pronounce it? You're gonna correct me, I'm sure. So I'll let you
I
say
mean,
it.
like, it's Dyschronia. Is it
Okay.
so hard? Because I remember when we released the first trailer, the content creators were talking about the game. Some people had issues with the pronunciation of the game, like Dyschronia. Is it so hard?
It's actually pretty easy. It's just knowing that I might be saying it wrong because it's
Mm.
not English. Well,
Oh, well,
Well,
yeah.
A lot
Yeah.
of people think that some people are trying to be fancy with name. Like,
yeah.
is it pronounced Dyschronia? Like, no, they're just
Oh,
reading too much
well,
into it. Like, oh,
Yeah.
funny thing,
can
the
be
other day I was talking about Demeo, and I realized I was saying Demeo the whole time, and that was wrong. It's like, and a player said, no, it's Demeo. Oh, okay, I was wrong, like more than a year.
Yeah. We had that chat with Tommy Palm when we had him on the podcast talking about, like, all right, let's finish this. How do you pronounce it? What's it mean? All that fun stuff. So yeah, words are fun. Languages are great.
Well, tell them for our next game to have like a more simple name.
I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Gives people more
Totally.
stuff to talk about. It's on their mind more.
Yeah. So yeah, Dyschronia.
So Dyschronia, well, the full title is Dyschronia, Chronos Alternate, because we like long titles, I guess. We had to put Chronos somewhere.
Sure. And so you guys, the game is getting great reviews. It looks like
Yeah.
I kind of saw some charts. It's selling well, which I'm so happy for. I
Mm.
really enjoy the game. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it? Like, what's the story here?
Well, the story without the spoilers. Okay, so it's a VR game, obviously. It's a sci-fi mystery murder adventure with time travel, time manipulation. I mean, if you have to if you like, let's say, like the anime Psychopath, or let's say Danganronpa, you're gonna like the game. Like a story based with some not only talking and talking and talking. You're gonna have to investigate. You're gonna have to solve puzzles. You're gonna have be stealthy, sneaky, because someone might try to kill you. It's a bit of everything.
They might try to kill you.
Might.
You don't know.
And
I don't know. I mean,
like you say, a little bit of everything. And I was so blown away. Like you just said, that there's stealth parts, there's some combat, there's puzzles. The story, it's mainly story. The story is huge.
so
And
there's a funny thing about that, because when we develop the game in a way you shouldn't develop a game. So usually you have a draft story, the core story, and then the core mechanics, and then you just meet it up. You have core mechanics, core gameplay, the core story, and then you add the details, the characters, everything. With Dyschronia, we just did, first of all, the story, everything, and then we said okay, we need this part for this thing in the story. So okay, we need puzzles. Okay, we have to develop puzzles. Oh, we also have a stealth section. Okay, we need to develop that. Oh, we have a trial. okay, we have to develop that. That's not the way you should make games. that gets delays. That costs a lot of money. I mean, the game is like looking nice. The episode 1
Yeah.
is already out. Great reviews, and so I'm so glad people is loving the game. Episode 2 coming in December.
Yeah, it's my next statement was you have all that in the game, and then you're running it on Quest, which it runs super well. It looks gorgeous. I know it's coming to PC and Switch this month, right? Sometime.
Sometimes. For the
That's fine.
Switch, I said it's gonna be like next year. We are focusing right now on the MetaQuest. Just getting done the episode. I mean, the episode 1 is done. The episode 2 is coming in December, but then we have the episode 3. So first of all, we focus on MetaQuest 2. After that, other platforms like Nintendo Switch will come in 2023 next year. Steam VR, like a PC VR, I guess, because we have many fans that played Aldeus, Tokyo Chronos. They don't have like a MetaQuest, so it's like it's more like for the fans rather than like any other like a thing. And who knows, maybe another platform. We might have news in a close future. Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
So you guys have had you have other VR titles. You guys have been doing VR since 2016. How did you decide to focus on the Quest?
Technically, this is our 5th game, but that's because the first 2 games was when the company was like 4 people or something like that, like a really small title. So we usually start counting from Tokyo Chronos, Aldeus, and now Dyschronia. But technically, we have 5 games out in the market. For the MetaQuest, that's an question that has like an easy answer. It's basically because most of the users, like you check the numbers of everything. You can see the MetaQuest 2 has the biggest amount of users. Also, when you on one device, if you develop something, let's say on Steam VR, you don't have only one device. You have to develop for PC, but also you have like a HTC Vive. You have so many devices, so you are making a game for many devices. Focusing on MetaQuest 2, you can focus on like a huge amount of players and only one platform, and then work on the other.
Yeah, so you're bringing it to Switch as well, which we all know VR is small numbers user base compared to other platforms. So it was kind of curious, like you didn't start with the Switch and then do VR. Like you just went with VR first. It was kind of shocking.
That's because we are a VR games company. So first of all, we create the game in VR. And then for the Switch version, we have Dyschronia Games, who's gonna help us with the port and everything.
Okay.
And they are gonna be the ones in charge of all the Nintendo Switch stuff.
Nice. That works out. But for anyone who hasn't played this, you're literally an anime character in a show. Yeah. And I gotta tell you, like the story, like you said, time travel and there's flashbacks. Like those flashbacks, like have had me tear up more than once. Like it's pretty touching.
Memory dive. Memory dive. It had a different name at the beginning. It was I don't remember the name. It was quite lame. It was quite lame. I remember that. But one day this one, like the CFO, just thought about like a cool word. It was like, oh, what about memory dive? And everybody was like, oh, I dig it. So yeah, we went with memory dive, just going back into the past. At the beginning, it was gonna be only like what's in the past, like what's the name of the Return to the Obra Dinn? The indie game. You are in a pirate boat, and it's like everybody's dead, and you go to the back. It was gonna be something like that, but then then again, something you shouldn't do. But I was like, okay, what's in the past? Going to the past is cool, but if you don't have like a interaction, it's not VR. So we were like, okay, what about not only going to the past and what's in the past? What about changing the past to affect the present? That sounds cooler.
So, yeah, for listeners, watchers, and Wookiee, like you'll be searching, like if you're in a room and you can see objects, you pick up an object from someone's past and you kind of scan it and you like go into that moment, you time travel back and kind of view it. It's all like monochrome, and it is really neat. Like it's really something special.
And I always talk about like that superpower is kind of scary because you don't only go to the past. You become that person in the past, and you change their past.
Yeah.
I mean, the protagonist is a good guy, so he's gonna use it for the good and everything. But imagine that in the hands of someone evil. Okay, well, then so there's like I remember like 1 month ago I kicked the dog. Why? Because of that guy. What's using his superpowers to change your past.
So yeah, that's a good point. So like, I won't spoil anything, but there's this part where there's like a locked door, and you go into the past of the person that was actually standing there, and you influence him to do something different than he did, and then the door unlocks because you did it in the past, type of thing. It is really cool. Like the whole setup is very interesting.
Yeah, and at the beginning it looks like it's only like a one mechanic to solve puzzles and get information, but as you know, you keep playing the game, all that time travel, time loop thing, it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's gonna become bigger in episode 2 and even bigger in episode 3.
Crazy. So how different is Dyschronia from like Chronos, their previous two titles then?
How'd you play them?
I played the first one.
Tokyo Chronos, yeah.
Yep, I played Tokyo Chronos a couple years back.
I mean, it's a natural evolution of Tokyo Chronos. With Tokyo Chronos, because the company, because in my Dearest, what we want to do is like making games, not only make games, but telling stories, and you can enjoy those stories. So with Tokyo Chronos, it was like a visual novel. In VR, it was one of the first ones, I think. And like people like 7-8 people made that game. The game was nice, but it was basically dialogue, like a cool anime style. Well, a little bit like a texture, well, a little bit low poly in my opinion, but it was limited in everything. But we got some feedback about like this game is cool, but to be honest with you, it doesn't need to be VR. So we went with Aldeus. We made the visuals more like VR is, like like a big robot, big aliens, and everything. Right? And then again, the people were like, "Oh, the game is cool, and the visuals are nice." Like, "Oh, just piloting a robot, a mech, fighting an alien. That's cool." But there's like a barely no interaction. So we were like, I mean, you couldn't even move during the game. You can like go to one place to another. So with this Corona, we just wanted to be something more interactive. Like, okay, you're gonna be able to go wherever you want, walk, interact. You're gonna have puzzles. You're gonna have a stealth. You're gonna have many things. We wanted to give more interaction. So it's like a natural evolution of Tokyo Chronos.
That's awesome. Just a great example of like player feedback helping create, future stuff and really honing in on what's necessary. Because like I would agree with that. Like Tokyo Chronos was awesome. Technically, it didn't need to be in VR, but just seeing that in VR to me was amazing. But yeah, you're basically just watching a movie at that point. But I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, I mean, of course, the game is nice, but it's like it was our first, let's say, big game. And
Mhm.
after that, even people like the game, but of course, no game is perfect. We got some feedback. We hear that feedback. We apply it to in Aldeus. After Aldeus, we got that feedback, and we apply it into Dyschronia. After Dyschronia, we'll get some feedback. We apply it. I will apply it to our next game. We are already getting some feedback, and I was like, oh, okay, very good point. Yeah, that's for the next time.
You don't just
That's
say,
awesome.
"Shut up, you don't know."
No, I love when people give to you like a feedback, the good things and the bad things. I mean,
Yeah,
because if
usable.
someone
Yeah.
says just like, "Oh, I love the game," that's cool. To be honest, it's cool, but why do you like the game? And it's like, this game sucks. Okay,
Yeah.
why do you think this game sucks? It's like, I mean, when people gives you like a bad grade, they have like a summary, they make very good points. It's like, okay, you're right there. So for the next time, we use that feedback again.
Yeah, I remember when we were first talking,
Hmm.
and I said, "Oh, hey, I think I wanted, is there an option to speed up the subtitles because I want to play the
Yeah.
subtitles?"
Hmm.
And you're like, "I don't think so. It makes sense." And then I found it like the day after. I'm like, "Oh,
Hmm.
yeah, you do this." I'm like, I felt like a jerk, but it's in there.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. I mean, for Dyschronia, there's some things we can apply for the future because the game, I mean, the whole game, we have like episode 1 out, episode 2 is coming in December, and then episode 3. So some of the stuff we can apply it. Let's say like, I think there was feedback about the voice of the characters being a little bit too low. So I think they fixed that with an update about after a couple of weeks. And then again, that's like small things. But for the big things, yeah, that's gonna be for our next project. Let's we hope single player or multiplayer in the future.
Do you guys have an average? Like, how long do you think episode 1 is of Dyschronia? Like gameplay time.
Gameplay time. I mean, because I read the script, so I was just like skipping all the dialogue, like. But according to some reviews and some people who played the game, just listening to everything, not like me, because I read everything on a beautiful document and a beautiful spreadsheet. But it's like episode 1 around 6 hours. If you want to do all the collectibles and all the like sub quest, it's gonna take you maybe 8.
Okay.
But yeah, from 6 to 8. That's episode 1. Episode 2 will be like I don't know because I haven't fully played yet, but it will be like around the same, maybe 5 hours. I'm counting around 5 hours.
Cool.
I mean, the
Yeah, that
whole
was my
game
next question.
should be like a 16, 17 hours. If you do all the sub quests, you can go up to 20. It's a long one. It's a long one.
Yeah. And do you guys think that because, it is such a story-driven game that's the main reason it's doing so well? Because like we all know the VR games, like there's normally, not that there's never any story, but there's game length is normally like average of 4 hours, if that.
I think Dyschronia is easy to know if you're gonna like it or not since the beginning. So before you buy the game, you know if you're gonna love it or not. You can check the visual, you can check the trailers, you can check everything on the store, the reviews. So you can say, well, I don't think it's my cup of tea. Or you can say, okay, I think I'm gonna like it. So that's why people who plays it loves it. If you're because people who likes, let's say, FPS, they're not gonna play Dyschronia usually. People who say enjoying like, my favorite game in VR is I don't know, Into the Radius and all that. It's like, yeah, no, maybe you are not gonna like this one. Yeah, we are focusing on the story, not as much on like a one mechanic. It's not like a physics simulator, and the story is good. I mean, of course, I'm gonna say that, but people is liking the story.
No, I
People
agree.
is liking the
It's great.
story. People is liking the story.
I think people that only play the shooter games should probably try it though, because sometimes it's refreshing to be like, just shoot. It's like that's all people do. Shoot. Maybe you want to use
Yeah,
your
and
brain a little bit.
oh, but that's fine. I mean, I usually like a story-driven games, but sometimes I want just to play like an FPS.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like to
Yeah,
shoot stuff too.
before this, I
Yeah.
was playing on PC. I was playing Deathloop. That's an amazing game. And it's
Nice.
shooting, yeah, shooting and yeah, stabbing people. Cool. After that, sometimes you want to
Yeah,
play
we
like
play
a
like
story. It depends on your mood.
like Zero Caliber for hours straight. It's
Yeah.
just shooting. It's fun, but sometimes it's like
Mm.
you need some story.
Yeah,
A
it's
little
like
bit.
yeah. Sometimes you just want to shoot without thinking too much. Like you want to play like a multiplayer game. You want to play, let's I don't know, like it's not VR, but Overwatch. I played from time to time. It's like, yeah, I just want 20 minutes of, you know. And sometimes you want to enjoy like a story for a couple of hours, relaxed and be excited for the characters living that.
So curious, because you guys are based in Japan,
Yep.
and you've brought these couple of titles, over here to the
Yep.
U.S. and other places. Has
Yep.
the what's the word I'm trying to think of? The reaction been what you expected? Has it been better? Has it been strong?
It's been like in the West, you mean?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we have the same issues. Like this is a story, long story, but every single VR developer has the same issue when you're trying to reach like the Western market. You have like the big media; they are not reviewing VR games at all. It's like even you have like a amazing VR game like a Bone Lab. That's like a hit title and everything. You don't have like the big gaming media just reviewing that, so it's a little bit harder. That doesn't happen in Japan, by the way. In Japan, you have like the big media taking VR. It's nice, at least with the Japanese titles. But for now, I mean the reception is being good. People is liking the game. I mean, we are gonna keep trying to reach even more people, but we can't complain. We can't complain.
That's
We'll
awesome.
try. It would be nice, because it would be nice because we don't have like an office in Europe or the States. Well, we have like a person. We have like a head of U.S. promotion is in the States, so he started the last month, so he's helping with all the local promotion. But at the end of the day, you can't go to like let's say some anime convention, some gaming convention in the States because it's so far away, so you can't go. So that sucks a little bit. So in Japan, we last weekend, actually this weekend, my colleagues went to, what was it? IT, like in a small convention. That was nice, just talking with the fans, showing the game. That was really nice. We can't do that in the States. I mean, we have to be selective with that. So
Sure.
if there's one thing we want to improve, is that's trying to increase our presence in the Western market. I mean, we went to the Gamescom, we went to the EGX in London, but we have to do more.
Awesome. Yeah, I can only imagine with that size of story, like localization and all that, like how big of a task that is.
Oh yeah. I mean, our voice actors are so nice because we keep like adding like a new line to the engine a little bit. Like, oh no, I think in this place this character will do this. Can you just record it again? That's after 2 weeks. Like, oh seriously, okay, that's so nice. I mean, the game is the localization. The game is voiced in Japanese, English, and subtitles. So I hope I'm not gonna miss any language. We have like a French, Spanish, English, of course, Japanese, of course, Korean, Chinese. Both of them, they're simplified. And what was the other one? Traditional, I think it is.
Traditional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. I mean, it's the first time we localize the game to Spanish. So it will be nice to get some more Spanish people into the community. I'm Spanish, so.
But what about Swahili?
I mean,
Just kidding.
if we suddenly discover there's like a big VR market there, why not? I mean, that was fun. The other day, I had like a call, like a Zoom call with a gaming convention in the Middle East. I don't remember the name. I think it was. We had like a digital panel in a event for an event in Kuwait, and there was like they contacted us like, oh, are you interested in? I don't remember Egypt, and we were like, actually that's interesting, but we don't know the market, so we have to make a little bit of research. So who knows? I mean, there are big markets here and there that people doesn't know. So, and that's not only for VR. That's also for like mobile, PC. I mean, Indonesia is a big market, at least in mobile. It would be nice to have the game in Swahili, though. Fully voiced, not only subtitles, and all the community confused. Why is the game in Swahili?
You could claim to be the first one.
Exactly, that would be nice. Maybe IGN will write about us. IGN, write about us.
Yeah. You never know.
If we'll translate the whole game to Swahili only to be in IGN, that would be nice.
You got your headline.
Yeah.
No, I
First to
just couldn't
localize.
think of another language that I'd never seen a game translated into. That's the first one that popped into my head.
Esperanto. Esperanto, something like that. But I mean, that's not. To be fair, that's not a bad idea. An expensive one. It's an expensive idea, but not a bad one. I'm gonna propose it. I propose to the CEO next week. Anyway, let's translate Dyschronia to Swahili. Why? Because it's fun. Maybe. We will be the first ones. Yeah, duh.
Challenge. Yeah.
How many VR games do you know in Swahili? No, we will be the first ones. How many VR players are there? I don't know.
37.
We're gonna be pioneers.
I said we'll be the first ones.
We'll buy them. MetaQuest 2.
Yeah.
The person helping us translate it is going to be the first one.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I just. Okay, I'm back.
So
I just touched the power button on the MetaQuest 2. My bad.
Oh, nice.
But I'm fine. Yeah.
So you personally, what's your favorite part of Dyschronia, like as a game?
As a game, I'm gonna be very classy with that. Can I do a top 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the top 3 in the way everybody hates, like in not particular order. That's not the top 3, but one of them it's I'm gonna be really specific. The augmented dreaming, all the faces flying around. That moment when you make the transition from the real world to the dream world, I love it, with all the faces coming around.
Yeah.
And the music. The other one with the music. The music is really well done. Really well done. It's a mix of. You have sometimes you have like a jazz, and sometimes you have like a little bit of pop. You have a little bit of everything. It gets better with episode 2, by the way, and I love the music. But the thing I love the most is the period of time between the episodes. That's something I'm enjoying a lot. Like having like I understand that some people prefer to play the game when you have like the 3 episodes. But I enjoy like having like episode 1 finished, and then you have like a couple of months, 3 months, waiting for episode 2, and you talk with the people. Who do you think is the killer? Do you think? Did you find that? And then we had that update with some Easter eggs, a little bit of ARG. And then everybody's like freaking out. Oh, we found. I can say it, something, and it's like I did something and I got something, and everybody was so hyped. So I like the hype, the talking about the game between the episodes. It's like when you are watching, I don't know, like after watching a Marvel movie, I always go to like IMDb looking for trivia, and I go to Reddit, Twitter, like just to see everybody what they're talking about, the funny stuff. Talk with them. The same with Dyschronia. Okay, season 1,
that's a good
episode
point.
1 is over. So,
it's just like with like TV shows, like in the past you had to wait a week and you could talk about it. Now you can binge a whole freaking season and you don't remember most of it because it's just all there. So it's kind of similar
about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it happened to me with The Witcher 2. I love. I mean, I'm talking about the series, TV series.
Sure.
I loved season 1. When I started season 2, I forgot about what happened in season 1. I was like, who was this guy? But I like having like just some month talk about that, like having that episodic kind of.
That's my drift controller.
I just started when I watch shows now, I try to I might be into the first 3. I learned that from The Boys, the last season, where they launched like 3 episodes and then you made you wait a week. So it kind of hooks you and you get to thinking about it. And then I try to have something to look forward to. So I'll try to wait a week no matter what show I'm watching. And it's really hard. Like if Witcher season 3, when that comes out and that looks pretty good, I might fail it. It's nice to have something to look forward to. I don't talk to anybody about the episode because I don't want to spoil it. But it's nice, and I don't want to get spoiled.
By the way, they are gonna change the actor for the Witcher, right? It's gonna, and I think they're gonna change the actor for the Witcher. And now it's Cavill. They're gonna change him for season 3. 4. Season 3.
After season 3, season 3 is already done. I think.
After.
That's
Okay.
Next year, and then the season 4 is going to be a new actor.
Well, that's gonna be weird.
Yeah, that's very depressing to me.
Yeah.
Even if the new person does like a hell of a job and is amazing, it's like, couldn't you just if it's a schedule thing, like make this a different Witcher doing other things and then bring Henry back when he's available?
I don't think it's not like a schedule thing. I guess it's like an agreement thing with another a movie or anything like that. Because Cavill loves the Witcher. He's such a nerd. So I don't see him saying I'm tired of this.
There were some leaks about the showrunners and the writers not respecting the material, and he just had enough. So
are they doing some kind of a Game of Thrones thing?
Yep. And the writers never even read the books. They were making fun of The Witcher while they're making the show. and he kept trying to correct them and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Like Kabil was
Yeah.
just correcting there, like no, it's not like this, it's like this.
And he kept coming like, no, we should use this line because he had the books basically memorized, and they were like, no, I think they're making fun of that and saying that's dumb. And well, he didn't write for a different show.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, but if you are gonna change like the main actor, just stop the
New
series and go with a spin-off or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have like a spin-off of The Witcher.
Yeah.
I would have totally fixed it.
Welcome to
Yeah.
The Witcher.
Yeah.
Welcome to The Witcher podcast.
Oh, yeah, that's depressing.
Yeah,
what's your third thing? No, just
Oh,
kidding.
sorry.
Doesn't
That was
Sorry, we
two out
gotta
of your
derail
one.
you off your what's your favorite things about your game here?
Why I was talking about The Witcher, by the way. Oh yeah, because of the episodic release. Yeah. I was like, it's like, why we started talking about The Witcher? Yeah.
It was me.
It's your fault. It was your fault. Oh, by the way, you're so gonna love the first 30 minutes of the episode 2. Wow, you're gonna love them.
Glad to hear it.
I played not the latest one. The other day was like, oh, did you play episode 2, the latest version? I was like, no. Why? Play it. Like, I'm busy. But I played like an old build, and I've been working on like a trailer, getting footage and everything. And the first 30 minutes is it's not like an extreme. It's a surprise. It's gonna be quite different to the first 30 minutes of the episode 1, because episode 1, at the beginning you are introducing the world, the characters, so it might feel a little bit slow because you are just showing everything, like this guy is this guy, this is the first time this guy comes, etc. But on episode 2 you don't have that, so the first 30 minutes you're gonna have like a really fun surprise. You're gonna be like, oh, I didn't expect that in Dyschronia.
That's good to hear. Like it's like it's got to be hard. Like you're talking the first 30 minutes of the first game here, or the first episode. Such an to at least, I mean, it's kind of a newer concept, and there is so much story, like, and explaining it and catching the pacing of it, like that's got to be really difficult to really hit that to where people can like accept it and like get into it and give it a chance.
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, usually when you release a game at the beginning, you have like a peak and then it goes like a down, right? That's like the natural progression. I mean, you have like some other peaks in, let's say, where you have like anniversary or like a bundle or something like that. But that's my opinion. With Dyschronia, it's gonna be a little bit different. Once the episode 3 is out and people has played the whole thing, has enjoyed the whole story, the mouth to mouth is gonna work. So they are gonna be like, oh, you have to play this because I can tell you the ending, but you're gonna love it. So just trust me on that. And people's gonna be like that. I mean, I don't know, it's like Persona 5 is strong at the beginning, to be honest. But there are several games that they are good, but you have to pass the first hour of like introduction the world.
Yeah.
And that happens a lot with the Japanese games. That happens a lot.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I think in the Western, like the developers, not all of them, but they prefer just to start like just with the action since the very beginning, and then I'll explain you. But first action. With the Japanese one, it's like first of all, let me show you this world, let me show you the characters, and then we go. And that happens a lot also with anime. Like usually the animes, the first, second episodes are kind of slow. I mean, if you watch One Piece, if you watch Bleach, the first episode of Bleach, you have, I mean, Chainsaw Man is quite strong, but Chainsaw Man and they are cutting a lot of content from the manga. But
I
yeah, but
haven't
usually it's
started
like
watching Chainsaw Man. That looks a little
oh, you
goofy, but I'm
have
sure
to
it's
watch
good.
it.
It's
You
one of
have
those
to
ones where
watch
it's
it.
yeah,
Have,
it's probably
have,
good.
have you read the manga?
No.
Okay, don't, because it's gonna be funnier in that way. Just
Nice.
watch the anime, so you don't get all the spoilers. No, you're gonna
Yeah,
love it.
I had no idea what it is. I just started seeing screenshots from it, and I was like, "What?"
That's better. That's a good way with a surprise. You are so gonna love it. So fun, Chainsaw Man. So fun. I love it.
So now I got a hold of my rule.
Oh, by the
Now I got to
way,
watch an episode a week. Sorry.
fun fact. Do you know the Dyschronia opening on episode 1? At the beginning, the opening with a little bit of like a cowboy bebop vibe.
Yeah.
The animator who did that opening left the company, sadly, but he left the company to work on Chainsaw Man.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool.
Fun fact.
I'm
You gonna
glad you
get it
said that
back?
because the opening is kind of blew me away, to be honest.
Nothing is good, right? I love it. We want it. We usually get like, oh, it looks a little bit like I expect you to die. It's like a little bit, but we wanted to go with a spy cowboy bebop vibe. No. I mean, I expect it to die has like an amazing opening, so I take that as a compliment. They held both of them. Both of the openings are amazing. Yeah, and Cell games make such beautiful games.
So
And
I have
it's amazing. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
My most pressing question.
Yeah.
So in the game, like obviously with the two posters I put on the wall, there's blue and pink are like the main colors, if you will, because you go to the dream world and this and that.
Okay. So you put so you made it pink because of that. Okay.
Yeah, because here's where my pressing question is in your press kit, the box you sent me, you had bath salts in it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they were
use
blue
them?
and pink and oh yeah. Well, my wife did, and she came. She's like, "Holy pink!" Like she's like, "That's the pinkest thing I've ever seen." Like it was just solid
I know,
pink.
right?
It was awesome.
I know, right? It's like really, really pink. It's the pinkest pink I ever seen.
She's like, "I'm gonna come out of that bath water, and I'm just gonna be freaking pink," which didn't happen. So it was the neatest thing because I've gotten some boxes like that, and that's the first time ever in anything I've ever been part of, like bath salts. I'm like, what? Like that's awesome. How'd that happen?
Thank you. We were thinking when we were making like the press boxes, we were like, okay, we have to add the pamphlet to explain the game, so that helps content creators, press, etc. T-shirt, because everybody loves T-shirt, and we were like, we will have to add something different. So we brainstormed. We said many stupid things, many fun things. There was like one idea, like an eye mask with a Lily's eyes. But we got a sample and they looked so cheap and so horrible. We just we're like, no way. And we kept thinking. Funny thing, my girlfriend, one day, like I was talking with her, like, oh yeah, we don't know what to add to the press box, and she was like, oh, what about the bath salt? What? Bath salt? Yeah, I was like, oh, we can make a bath salts with the characters. Each character has like the main color, so we can have different colors for each bath salts. So we made it. Yeah,
that's awesome. Like I remember I took a picture of the water, like it was, and I think I shared it on Twitter, like just pink.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "What the hell is that?" I'm like, "That's freaking bath water."
And they smell nice. They smell nice.
Yeah, they smell really good too. Like I was
really good.
like, well, maybe they should like if this game thing doesn't work out for them, they definitely have a future over here.
we wanted to give there's like a kind of story behind, not only like, okay, this is cool, so let's put it in the box. It's like because the main theme in Dyschronia at the beginning was like a dream. We were focusing on the dreaming, so like having a relaxing bath. You play Dyschronia, you have a relaxing bath, and then you go to sleep.
That's awesome.
We are doing, yeah. We are gonna make like for episode 2. We are gonna have we are thinking about like making like another box. Not as many because we have many boxes at the office right now. Yes, and this time
That's
we are
fun.
gonna have like a different thing. I'll send you one.
Woo. Yeah, I did
Free stuff.
So when I get sent a box and I just very quickly and like I do a live video opening, I don't look in it. And I think I remember like I got to those bath salts. I'm like, what? Bath salts? Cool. Like
yeah. For the second one, yeah, we have like a something we have it's gonna be quite different. I haven't seen all of the items, only one of them. But the whole concept is gonna change a lot. I mean, the box is gonna be, I think, the same because we have many boxes. But the things inside the boxes are gonna be different.
Nice.
And this
funny.
time, like before that, we had like the main color was for episode 1. It was blue. For episode 2, it's gonna be red. So
I noticed.
Yeah. Red things. Red bath salts. No, that will be horrible. It will look too bloody.
Yeah. I would have had some fun with that one. I would have done something, pranked my wife somehow.
Oh, no. Don't scare me.
Get like some sort of foot and put it in there.
Yeah.
But it's also like some kind of like hygiene related item this time too.
That's awesome.
I'm once again guess my girlfriend's idea. Nope.
Oh. I'm out. I could have used some.
The funny thing, I mean, this is talking about something you don't know what it is, but it's fun because at the beginning we had that idea and it was cool. It was like, but it doesn't go with the theme of the box, and it got out. And then the designer, because he loved the idea so much, he just asked for it. He just made it. He's like, yeah, we are gonna put it in the box. I don't care. I like the idea, so I just all the 50 of them.
You're a hell of a marketing person when they start building a game around the gift box that you send out.
I mean, the press boxes. I mean, the sending. Do you remember you had like a handwritten note, like a message, like in an envelope and everything? Writing that was horrible. That was horrible writing. I had to write 150 letters by myself. It was horrible. I was doing it while watching a horror movie. It took me so long. So I won't do that ever again. I just print them out and call it a day. People were like, no, but it's nicer. It's like, yeah, it's nicer for people, not for my wrist.
Yeah.
Like 150 letters. Everything. Hello, Pathfinder.
For anyone watching, listening, we always put links to everything in the show notes, but I'll share a picture of that on Twitter. It's pretty cool. It's a nice touch, but I definitely get like you're probably like all cramped up for a while.
Oh yeah. That was that was my first and last time. So
that's why he has to take a bath with the bath salts.
Yeah. With a really, really big dessert. I didn't get the dessert, by the way. That sucked. Yeah, why? I mean, I'm in charge of the marketing, and I don't get a dessert.
You need to go to HR on Monday.
Yeah, I don't have a Dyschronia dessert because I have one, but I don't wear it because it's the one we used in the events, like cons and everything. And it's the back is nice. It has like a hat and everything. I think with this Dyschronia logo and all of that. But the front, you have like a staff on big letters, and I hate that so much because people think you are staff of the event, and people are like,
Yep.
"Oh, do you know where's like the toilet? Do you know where's the exit?" And it's like, I don't work here, so I don't wear that. So I don't have a Dyschronia t-shirt.
It's a really nice one in the box. It's really nice.
Yeah, I know. We are gonna have like a new dessert on the store. By the way, we have one of the designers. He's awesome. He has designed like 8 different designs for the dessert. We are not gonna make all of them. I think only a couple of them for now. But yeah, we are gonna just order them, add them to the store, like an online store. Right now, it's only available for Japan and the US, but we are working on that. We want to at least try to add Europe to the countries we can send.
Sure.
I mean, just sending everything from Japan is a little bit. It isn't easy because all the it's quite expensive for the people who's buying it. But yeah, we keep adding stuff to the store and with the new designs.
That's neat. So, any ever talk of with your 3 major games anyway, like actual like anime spin-offs where they continue stories or anything?
There's, I mean, the thing is, it's not localized to English, but for Tokyo Chronos and Aldeus, there's like a book, like a novel.
Oh, nice.
Also for Tokyo Chronos, there's like a comedy spin-off. It's on YouTube. It's like a YouTube manga. It's like a full, and then again, it's only in Japanese. It's like a kind of cute, like a low budget thing. It's like a manga, full voiced, and it's on a comedy tone. But in the future, yeah, I mean, there's some people at the company who wants to make like a Aldeus 2 or so, or Tokyo Chronos 2 or something like that. And one thing is for sure, I mean, we already announced we are gonna make a multiplayer game, but we are gonna keep doing like single player games. And yeah, of course, like the Chronos universe. I mean, people like story-driven games, single player. So we are not gonna be like, oh yeah, screw this. We are gonna just focus on multiplayer, and that will suck for our actual fans. So we are gonna keep making story-driven games. I would like to make a horror game. Bosses, why we should make a horror game?
It sounds like you're just writing thank you cards and everything out. That's your idea of horror.
The game.
I mean, do you know how games are decided here? It's fun because everybody, we have like a pitch battles, project pitch battle. Everybody at the company, everyone, just make like write a project, like like a nice PowerPoint and everything. Like this is the game I want to make, and you have like a not only like game designers, you have like accounting, the CFO,
That's awesome.
marketing team, sound team. Everyone can just pitch a project, and then it's like everybody pitch a project. The board and the game designers and everything is like everybody is like just deciding which one of the projects is the best. We have like some really fun ideas. There was one project that was kind of like a party game, kind of like a Mario Party game. It was horrible, but it was so fun. and one of the projects was the Dyschronia.
Wow, that's awesome that the company does that.
I myself, from some time to time, I just write like a PowerPoints about like, it would be nice to make this kind of game. So I just keep pitching games with hope one day one of my projects get selected.
That's pretty cool as a company. And I saw on your website, you guys were you're kind of taking community feedback of what titles in the past should be brought to VR type of thing and having like a community vote. That's really cool.
The project gathering. Yeah. At the beginning, it was like I think it was around 50 projects that got picked at the company. I remember there was like some kind of multiplayer game with traps and everything, and 3 other projects got selected. So we asked the community about which one of the projects you like the most and why. So we just get the feedback, and we just selected one, not announced on public yet, only for the community. We are working on that on the prototype.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, this is one thing I like about my Dearest, because like in the big companies, AAA, that doesn't happen in VR because I mean, we are. I always call it using Thrills World with the VR, but it's true because we are a community, so we don't have like the big ones. But like on PC, even on mobile, you have like those big companies, and you have like the star of the company, and that company is gonna make what that star says.
Yeah.
Here is like no. It's like just tell us everybody's at the same level. There's no like that kind of hierarchy. Everybody's at the same level. So I mean, if we get the feedback from the user, the other companies, everyone at the company. Yeah, I like that. I love that.
Yeah, because you never know what's going to spark something in someone else, and having all of you guys just pitch things, like you never know, like, oh hey, I could really do something cool with that,
Yeah. I mean, we got some. It's fun. I remember when I was at the Gamescom, I was talking. I had a meeting with another developer, one of the big ones. We had like 30 minutes. I was okay. Let's talk about business. The only thing we just talked. It was the second time we met. It was like we only have 30 minutes. We released the game 3 months ago. I'm gonna tell you everything that went right and everything that went wrong, so you don't do it in your next game. It was 30 minutes about feedback, and it's like I think. I mean, in theory, we are rivals. I mean, but we are helping each other. That's a good thing about VR. We help each other. We are a community.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you're younger and you're like, this is my band. I don't want anyone else to like it. I don't, this is my thing, and they get popular and like, God, this sucks.
Yeah.
It's kind of I have that same feeling with VR because the community is so great, and all the developers we talk to, like they all help each other, and you can talk to them. You can just talk to them. That doesn't happen in AAA. And I kind of want VR to get as popular as it can without going AAA, just so we don't lose that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work.
I don't know. I think people in VR, the VR developers, even if VR goes like really, really big, I don't think it's gonna be like a PC AAA. It's gonna be like we started from the same point. I don't think nobody's gonna become like that kind of annoying superstar nobody likes.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think so. I trust the community. I trust the other companies. I met them. I know them. They're nice.
I'm just scared of the big companies coming in and stealing everyone's ideas and being able to move faster with it, type of thing, I guess. But
that's gonna happen. Like a couple of the big ones with a lot of budget, like big budget, they're gonna do like, oh, I like that idea. I'm gonna use 10 times. I'm gonna use a big budget. I'm gonna make a game with that idea, and everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, that game is amazing," even if it's not original at all. But yeah, I mean, we need that, to be honest. We need AAA just investing in VR. We need Capcom, Square Enix, I don't know, like BioWare, like the big ones, just making AAA.
Yeah.
We need killer apps, killer games, and then we have like a menu, like a triple. I mean, it doesn't hurt other games. I think it's gonna help. It's gonna bring a lot of people to VR. I hope Sony's working on that, like bringing like the big ones in the PSVR 2, so we have like a new VR users there coming to PS5, PSVR 2. I hope so.
Me too, because I pre-ordered one. So.
Oh, you were one of the lucky ones. Oh, congratulations. I haven't pre-ordered one yet. I'm gonna buy one, but I'm hoping that the company can help me with that.
Yep, it's work research. You need it as a
exactly. I have to play games. I mean, we have a monthly budget to play games, VR games. So nice. Yeah, why not like a PSVR 2? The other day, last week, there was one of the designer. He was like, "Oh, I want a Quest Pro." I was like, "Oh, just buy one." can the company pay for that? And like, well, it depends. Of we have to talk, and you have to convince us that's gonna be for work, and not because you are a designer. You don't make games. You're working on the website and everything.
Those days when I call in sick, I'll be using it. It's work related.
I mean, we have one at the office. That's fine. Do you have one?
That's funny. No, I ordered the controllers because as you saw, like my Quest 2 controllers started drifting again. Yeah. And I can't send them in, or if I send them in, I can't do the podcast because it takes them like a month to get back. So I pre-ordered those.
Yeah.
The headset, like the coolest thing to me was just the color pass-through. So I'm waiting for the
absolutely.
The Quest 2, whatever they're calling it, the next one. That's gamers, like more towards geared towards gaming.
Yeah. The color pass is amazing. I haven't tried I think the new Pico. They has like a color pass too, but I haven't tried yet.
Yeah.
I tried the new Pico, but not the color pass, color through.
Nice.
It's the only one thing I don't like about the Quest Pro. It has like it's really like it's around the nose. There's like a space. You get some light inside the headset. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah.
You just take away a little bit of the immersion. I mean, on the Meta Quest 2, you have kind of the same issue, but you have like a, you can buy something from like a Kiwi, Bobo to fix that.
Yeah. Or you can get collagen in your nose and just get a bigger nose. Yeah. You'll be fine.
Or use a napkin.
A napkin? Well, that's now I want to try if that works.
Until they release a better thing, and before you start screwing up your face, put a napkin in there.
I know it's weird. So, like people are split on the nose gap because a lot of I do it too. Just even for the podcast, they use it to like check their phone quick, or whatever. It might like all kinds of things, but. I like total blackout myself. Like I wish.
Yeah, me too.
That's what I like. I'm a PC VR guy more than mobile, or standalone. But and I love standalone too. But I love being able with PC VR to have all the lights off and just pitch black when I'm in VR. Because with the Quest, you do get some bleed through.
Yeah, I had the nose gap. I mean, I just said sometimes it's useful when you want to check your cell phone or. You have to work a little bit or something like that, or someone calls you can see through that nose gap, but I prefer like a total blackout. Yes,
I literally saw sorry. I literally saw a review when the Quest 2 came out. Someone was complaining that there wasn't a nose gap, that they couldn't see like they could in Quest 1, and it's like, what? You just can't please anyone.
The only issue I have with the MetaQuest 2 with everything is when you start, like when you know, like you run and you have you're watching the log and everything, the blackness there. I hate that. It's like you are if you're playing a game, you want total immersion, but just watching blackness, the void, it's not cool. It would be nice to have like the beginning. I don't know, like just a start with AR, like a mixed reality instead of blackness.
Yeah.
Being able to switch between modes more easily, especially when you know someone is calling you like, "Oh, where are you?" It's okay. You just can change mode. Use the camera and say like, "Oh yeah, I'm just playing VR." Oh, okay.
Yep.
Go back to the game, something like that. That would be nice. That would be nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
Yeah, that's the other thing with the Pro. I was kind of on the fence with, because there's a couple devs playing with AR and stuff, and like Cactus Cowboy, shout out to him. He sent me a link to his game that just came out today for that to play in AR and stuff. That was the only like major draw for that, but I'm gonna just wait to the next quest, whatever that is.
The next was, I guess. Do you think they're gonna change? They're gonna change the name, or they're gonna go with MetaQuest 3?
I think they have to keep it, otherwise. But
No,
everything
I'm
they've
talking
done so far.
about the number. Are they going with a PlayStation kind of vibe, or are they gonna go just Xbox? Like, we just keep like a weird names to its device.
I bet I would think they stick with the numbering scheme, but that's just a guess.
Just imagine the next MetaQuest is called MetaQuest Oculus. Just, just to get everyone
really
more
confuse those parents trying to buy their kid a headset.
And everybody will be like, and Mark will be like, "Oh, so you wanted Oculus back? Here it is, MetaQuest Oculus." Oh, that would be amazing. Oh, Meta, please do that. just for the fun.
At this point, that would not surprise me.
So like, yeah, everybody likes Oculus, but we already have the Meta brand, so we can bring both of them together. The MetaQuest Oculus. Meta Oculus Quest. No, that will be more confusing.
They get rid of the word Quest and replace it with Oculus going forward.
Meta Oculus. Oh, I can't see that.
That's there's a rift of players between the Meta and the Oculus and the Facebook. So we're going to introduce something else.
We're doing something weird, like for the MetaQuest. Let's say they go with the 3, but they don't call it like a MetaQuest 3. They call it Oculus Quest 3. And they with the 4 they go back with the MetaQuest. I mean, that could happen.
Yeah.
I mean, Oculus was such a good name with such a cool logo.
It was a perfect name, yeah.
Yeah, it was
I
like
hope they come up with something like we're Meta, and the Oculus, the Quest and stuff. They're too heavy, so we came out with an AR device, and it's like a monocle. And now it's the Moculus. Meta.
And that sounds like a parody account on Twitter.
Meta Oculus.
Meta Oculus. Believe me, I'm the official one. I'm not.
But
not
you can
a
buy
parody.
that verified checkmark, and it's fun.
Yeah. Not anymore. Not anymore.
Yeah.
They stopped that.
They changed it again.
I don't. Yeah. You could buy the verified for a couple of days. Only, I think, only in US, right?
If I remember right, I was trying to stay out of that stuff, but yeah.
I was.
Yeah. And then they stopped selling the verified. I think they're gonna bring it back. I don't know.
We have like $8 verified everyone can buy, and then the real verified that's like selected by the company for like real celebrities and people, but they're still both. And it was
No. There's three. You have like a paid verified. You have like a the regular verified, and then you have like a verified official. It has like an official mark.
Yeah, but that's like in the profile. You see the verified check
Yeah.
mark that you pay for before you see the one that's account verified.
Yeah, but
in the
there's people who didn't pay for the verified
Mhm.
that don't have the official seal. Like if you check IGN, they have like an official, but if you check some, let's say, press, like reporters, some of them have the official, some of them don't. It's a mess. I don't know.
That's
I'm
more
just
confusing
exhausted.
than the Meta Oculus Quest 2, 3.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. Theater is just it's exhausting these days. I'm just
Mhm.
trying to. I just stopped checking the news.
If they have like, well, we have the Quest Pro and it's more businessy, so we're going to continue the line of the Quest 2, and then they're just going to start calling it the Quest 2, and then have another numbering, the Quest 2 3, the Quest 2 4, and then the Quest Pro 5. That
Well,
would be
like Final Fantasy X too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We should work in like meta marketing. We have such a good ideas just to get everybody in the community confused. if that's the goal.
I'll give you. I mean, I'll give it to them. They get the conversations going and get chatter about it, but then everyone's just confused at the end of the day, and no one wants to buy anything.
I mean, to be fair, I understand what they try to do there. Like, okay,
Yeah.
with the rebranding of the whole company, we are not only Facebook, so we are gonna rebrand everything, and that makes sense. And we're gonna be with Meta, whatever. And then it's like for the Oculus, it's like our main product is gonna be the Quest. So we are gonna rebrand the Oculus to Meta Quest, so everybody knows that we are there, and that's our main product. I get what they were trying to do, but Oculus was a good name.
Yeah.
It was perfect name.
And
Yep.
then they have like they kept updating the stuff. Like it was weird, the rebranding. One day it was like a MetaQuest, but then the website was oculus.com.
Yeah.
You still have like a Oculus logo. Then one day was Meta logo, but then the app was still Oculus. I don't know. It was like a little bit. It was
still
weird.
is, yeah.
All of a sudden, I was looking for my Oculus app, and then it's like, oh, I don't have an Oculus app. Now I have like a Meta app. Okay, I guess.
Yeah, it's crazy. It reminds me of when we first tried to get in VR and we had to do so much research to figure out what to buy. Like,
Yeah.
it's right back to that. It was easy for a little bit there, but
I mean, right now, it's they have like a really good offer, I think, for the Black Friday, right? For the MetaQuest 2.
yeah, that's is it
like
$100 off in 2 games
Yes.
or
Yeah. It's a really good one. It sucks because a friend of mine bought the MetaQuest 2 a couple of weeks ago, and he's like, "Oh, seriously? Now it's like, well, it's on you. You didn't wait for the Black Friday, so."
yeah. That's funny.
Mm.
Well, Alberto, is there anything? We've passed our hour. I could keep talking, but I
really?
don't want to hold you hostage.
Yeah. No.
Is there anything you wanted to?
Had dinner. I'm a little bit thirsty. I just that. Anything else I want to say? Episode 2 is coming in December. Episode 3, don't know. I mean, next year, of course. But episode 2 is gonna be fun. Like it's gonna bring a lot of surprises.
Awesome.
Dyschronia is a 3-act story. So we have like Act 1. The episode 1 is like the introduction, the presentation. Episode 2 is where everything happens, like the action, like people dies, people surprises, betrayal, and everything. And then 3 is the wonderful conclusion. So look forward to it. For the people who want to play the game on Steam VR and other platforms, We're working on that, but let us focus on MetaQuest first.
And the Metalocalypse.
It isn't.
We did miss one important question real quick.
Yeah.
Is there a
So-
price point for each episode, or what's happening with that?
Episode 1 is 19.99. Episode 2 is gonna be 14.99.
Nice.
A little bit cheaper.
And then 3, you got to know the end, so it's going to be like $50. You hook
Oh
'em
my
and
gosh,
get
no,
'em and then-
no, we are not gonna be like that.
just kidding.
Can you imagine? I mean, if someone does that, hate them. They deserve that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the ending, the real ending is a DLC, and you have to buy it.
After the 3, so it's the 3-2.
You'd have
It's
to
like
come
a-
back here again and explain what the hell happened.
It's not gonna be like that. We are nice people.
You
You
heard
know,
that.
but there's one thing I want to say. There's one last thing I want to say. Who for the people who played the episode 1, we released an free DLC with like a 30 minutes new mission and some Easter eggs, really fun. That's gonna keep happening after episode 2. Check them out. It's really fun. It's something I think nobody have done in a VR game yet. I can't say for sure because I haven't played all the VR games in the world, but I think it's something nobody has done yet, and people having fun in the community. So just you have episode 1, clear the game, play the free content because it's gonna end when episode 2 is out. It's a limited free content.
Oh, if I usually wait for Steam games, so if I wait for the Steam version, if you guys make it, I won't get to play that free mission.
We are thinking in doing like something different because the thing is, we released the game on Steam. It's gonna be like a 3 episodes, so we don't have like that time gap between the episodes. So we are adding like that extra content, like a bonus, sorry for the wait. You can enjoy this. Meanwhile, doing something fun. For the other platforms, we are thinking doing like something different. Maybe that extra content is gonna be there, but a little bit different.
Okay. And is the
But right now,
the
there's something
demo
happening. Yeah, sorry.
is the demo is the demo on Quest gonna remain available so people can kind of jump in, try it out?
The demo is
Do you know?
not available on Quest. Actually,
Okay.
we
Gotcha.
were giving direct access to the people, so, but it's not on like an App Lab or Quest. We were just giving access to the build.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, I'm excited. That sounds great. More
just
story.
check Discord. Check Discord. People is having fun, and from time to time we play Among Us VR.
That's a good time too.
We are having a giveaways. We are having a giveaway of the meal, by the way.
Ooh.
Yeah, Reception Games. They're really nice. We are doing like that thing, like you do a giveaway of our game. We just exchanging giveaways.
Yeah, we
So you
love
can
the Vimeo, guys.
come to
I did have
Discord.
one question
There.
before we go.
Yeah,
Check the Discord.
sure.
Links in the description. But how are their gloves staying on? Their gloves don't look like they fit.
The globes.
globe?
That's has an easy explanation. Anime magic.
So it's
That's
a
yeah.
TV show. So
It's anime magic. Anime has magic. That's
Every
how
time-
it is described.
the clip rolls through, and every time I see the guy's hand just before, I think he said her name was Lily, he's like reaching out for her. He like shows his hand, and then my brain's like, he's gonna pull that glove down the rest of the way, right? And he doesn't. And it's like I'm just
That's
playing, I
another
don't mind.
superpower, like a time travel and wearing those globes. That's 2 superpowers.
All I can think was like if I was doing that in real life, I'd pull out a gun and then my glove would slip off and take the gun with it. Be like, ha.
I don't know. Nanomachines, son. I'm counting on nanomachines. It's the magic of sci-fi, nanomachines.
That's right. The lithium crystals keep those gloves on.
Yeah. Let's call it normal scenes. Yeah, that's normal scenes.
Cool.
Well, Alberto, thanks for hanging out with us and sharing your stories in the
thank you for
game.
inviting
It's been
me.
awesome.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I love the game. I highly recommend it to anyone watching, listening, etc. And knowing that there's 2 more chapters coming out, that's really exciting. Can't wait to see more.
I'm gonna be in surprises and announcement in the following weeks.
Nice.
Yay! New stuff.
Foreshadowing.
First of the way.
Well,
Thank you.
everyone, this has
It's been a
been
pleasure being
Alberto
here.
from My Dearest, working on Dyschronia. Check the show notes for all the links. But otherwise, thanks for hanging out and watching, listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye. 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 Ooh.